The New York Post's NFL Week 3 power rankings are out. We're down to 6 undefeated teams and 7 winless teams. New York Post's Ryan Dunleavy is here to break down the rankings. Ryan, I love Tom Brady, but why do you feel the Bucs should sit third in your rankings?
I think you just answered it, Brandon. Tom Brady. Look, they're undefeated. They have Tom Brady. They've beat Dallas and New Orleans, 2 teams that are possible NFC playoff teams. I think Tom Brady gets the benefit of the doubt if he's 65, let alone 45.
I think a lot of us have learned not to bet against Brady. So, okay, third, I can get it. But I don't think the Vikings deserve to be a top 10 team. Tell me why I'm wrong.
I think you hit the spot that I had the hardest trouble with, Brandon. Number 8, I was like, I don't know who the 8th best team is, but I know this. I can't find a team after 7 that has a more impressive win than the Vikings beating the Packers in week 1. So even though they got their butts handed to them in week 2 by the Eagles, I'm still giving them extra credit for that week 1 win against the Packers. It's the best win outside the top 7 teams so far.
All right, extra credit. That's how I got through high school. I get that logic now. All right, the Giants are one of those 6 undefeated teams that I mentioned, but you got them ranked at 14th. Do you like where they're sitting after 2 undefeated weeks?
Yeah, it's hard not to. I've been doing this a couple years. I've never had them inside the top 20. Look, they're not in the class of the other undefeated teams, Brandon. They've beaten 2 teams that are in the bottom, 5 of the power rankings. But I had the Giants in the bottom 5. I think I had them 30 when the season started. So they're all the way up to 14. They're winning close games. That's what you have to do in the NFL.
Yeah, it's a different energy up at MetLife Stadium. And speaking of MetLife Stadium, Gang Green feels as though the Jets deserve a higher ranking after that comeback win against the Browns. What would you say to Gang Green?
Here's what I'd say. You said it. 6 undefeated, 7 winless. That means there's 19 1-1 teams. So the margin's obviously razor thin. I have some teams jumping 10 ranking, like that Cardinals jumped 10 spots this week. The Giants jumped 10 spots. So you can move around. It's a very razor thin margin. I have them like 21 because quite frankly, I think the Jets should be 0-2. I thought they'd be a good team. They were, 99.8% to lose that game. So, they'd be sitting at 31 probably if they lost. So 21's pretty good, all based on 1 minute and 57 seconds of their season, the last minute 57 seconds last week, basically.
Coach Salah can keep that receipt. All right, Ryan, thanks for joining us. And hopefully we see you next week for your Week 4 rankings.
Thanks, Brandon.